Good morning, everyone. I'm just following up from a short I just completed earlier, and there are additional messages that were needing to come out. So, we're clearing the part of the timeline where you require time and space to be able to see the things that you weren't seeing before. So, it's either you or your counterpart or both. Okay. In regards to past life karma, karmic contracts, karmics, I'm hearing. It slowed down the progression of the union, and your lives needed to slow down because you weren't seeing things clearly, specifically towards each other. Your wounds also prevented you from being able to see clearly, but you've been enlightened here after a period of being alone, you know. Um, you're reflecting back on all the time you've spent alone, okay, in order to be able to figure things out, because there was tremendous fear on the part of one or both counterparts around being hurt again like before. I'm channeling for people that were together at one period of time, in a relationship, in union, in the physical. Okay, we're always in union spiritually and energetically. And the pull would have been magnetic and very, very powerful and strong at that time. It has always remained that way, and that's why there was so much confusion, and it just sent everyone in a tailspin, is what I'm hearing. So the time for struggle is over. You know, we're really in a position where we feel content and we feel happy with our lives. But a part of us is lonely. See this? I'm getting like a stubborn energy here. You don't want to be sitting on a bench by yourself anymore, you know. And there's a clearing in regard to benches as well. Okay, chairs. And the knowledge you learn from spending time alone, and their rewards, you're understanding how you achieve that now because you were alone, because you were able to be alone and set up boundaries and be strong and say no, and not be careless. And then there was a period of time where you were just carefree and you didn't really want to do the work or think about anything at all because it was stressful and overwhelming, and that's okay. You took a break. Okay. But that's no longer the case. And these counterparts don't want to be alone anymore, you know. You really are in a place where you're ready to turn that computer off and protect yourself as well when it comes to electronics. I'm getting somebody has like cleared out old accounts, is getting off Facebook, is getting off stalking and cyber stalking, like watching the karmics. And I'm getting here even as a protective, as a way to protect and safeguard either themselves or the counterpart and their families. Like, you know, what if this is happening? What if that? I need to know where she's at. I need to know if she's in a relationship, my ex, to see if she was going to cause problems in the future if I go towards, you know, my love, the love of my life. I'm hearing. So done with that, because that takes up so much energy, right? And this is the other counterpart, you know, who's been doing her work, who's been in this Nine of Cups energy for a very long time, who has been struggling at night mostly because of feeling attacked, because people are sending energy to her that is creating issues. Okay, but she's tired and exhausted, and she focused on herself. And even though this came at her and it hurt her, she knew she was okay, and she knew she was going to always be okay. And she knew you would do it. Okay, the other counterpart, like, they knew, the ones that are in this energy here knew that the other one was eventually going to get there. Okay. So the Ten of Wands are a thing of the past. Okay. The masculine, here he is, understood that he needed to put an end to a lot of the things that were creating stress and anxiety in order to be successful professionally, even. Put up boundaries professionally, not to do too much to the point of exhaustion. And he put work over you, Divine Feminine. Okay, so he's realizing that there's a death to this now, and that he wants you to know that he sees it in a much better way. He's not confused anymore. Yeah, exactly. That introspection has occurred, okay? And he walked away recently from things, and he let go of things recently that he knew he had to in order to be able to get himself back on track to focus on you again. So he's ready to do that. He's ready. He's coming. Yeah, see? See? He's coming, and he's going to talk to you, and he's ready to talk to you about the ways that he let himself down, the way he let you down. If you have children, the way he let your children down, his own children, his own family, you know. Yeah, the way that he just continuously rejected your offers, and he knew you were okay, and that was really hard for him when you weren't broken, when you didn't get upset, when he would turn you down time after time after time. Because you trusted in yourself, you knew that your job was to always show love when you were guided to do that. It's important to do that. And it's important to trust. And we do it because we're guided to, because we love our counterparts with no expectation, no pressure. That's why you have to be willing to bring the gift and come back home and let it be. And if you don't hear from them, you don't hear from them. You know, our physical selves want to think, our intellectual brains want to think, okay, well, that's rude. And it might be, but there's a reason for that. And you need to let them do the work. And it's not our job to scold our partners. It's not our job to teach them about life. When we're in this period of preparation, separation, it's not our job to enlighten them. With words, I don't think necessarily sometimes, but for the most part, you know, you'll be guided. Each couple will be guided to do very prescribed things at prescribed times with divine timing, because you're all working in tandem all the time to achieve success. So now he sees and he understands and he regrets letting go. He regrets of not receiving you properly. He regrets that he didn't speak properly either at the times that he had the opportunity to do so. And he knows you hold back and you've held back a lot because you didn't know what to do in regards to the way that he was presenting. So this is a lot of what he's going to clarify when he comes and talks to you, because he's looked into reconciliation and he knows that everything was okay in the past. It wasn't as bad as he thought. He made mistakes when he let go harshly. Okay? And so he's willing to come and share this with you. Okay? And he knows you're smart and you invested a lot to achieve the Nine of Pentacles alone and the Nine of Cups. That's tremendous success. And there's been temperance here, and I believe both counterparts have been able to do that, but neither one of the counterparts want to be alone now. Neither one of you want to be alone. You want to be free of feeling cold and alone and struggling, if you're struggling a little bit, because it's tough being alone, especially financially with this economy. The economy across the world has taken a big hit, right? We know that. But you know, that's a thing of the past. He's going to apologize for the choices that he made that put you perhaps in this way unnecessarily. Okay? Where you and your children, you know, had to really struggle, but you did it. You did it. And you showed him you could do it. And that's important. And you always knew you could. It was still scary. It was still difficult. You know. And it was tough for him to see that you did it, because it meant that you could do it without him. And it threatened that. And that threatened him a lot. So that's what led to him putting up his guard, you know. And that's what brought in a lot of karma. And that's why it's inconsistency, right? Back and forth, back and forth. See the balancing. Right now, he's debating when he comes. Does he come just with words, or does he come with a gift as well? For the most part, I think they will come with both words and a gift, because you've brought so much strength. Your beauty's unmatched. Oh my goodness, your strength is unmatched. All right. And this is being sent back down for cleansing and clearing through the earth plane here. There's no more of this. It's a thing of the past, okay? And he knows that you're going to speak your truth, that you're going to protect yourself, that you know what to do, you know how to do it, and you're comfortable right now. Everything's okay in your life. Some of the masculines are scared too that they're going to bring chaos, you know, by sharing a lot of these things, because there's some things you don't know. But ultimately, he was left with the decision that it's okay to come and talk to you because he knows you can do it. And that's why I said all these attributes of this archetype here, that you know how to take care of things. And you're going to have some good advice for him. You both have hung on to each other. It's not one that's been doing this, it's both. He feels silly that it's been this long and he hasn't been able to open up. You know, but he wants success this time. He wants union in a way that he knows you can have now, in a way that you both wished before but you weren't ready before. This is why you needed to kind of go your own way for a bit and learn what you had to learn to come back together this time and have success. Okay, he received advice. And he kept this on the down low, and the people he's talked to have supported his plan to come back to talk to you. I was channeling this for myself earlier this morning. Trusted advisor, I'm hearing, that's going to support this union this time. And there's not going to be secrets, all right? No. And the ones that were in deception are trying to scatter now and leave. And these people are going to protect this union better than they did last time, and they know that they have to. See how my cat just pounced there? Wow. Thank you, Misty. You see? This queen's going to stand up and fight. And you know, your pets are going to protect you. Make sure that they are with you at all times in the realms, mostly. Yeah. See, brand new beginning. You don't have to worry about defending yourself or your union. Your counterpart can do it and will do it. She's unraveling things here, look. Interesting. Thank you, Misty. Yep. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. And it's important for him to share that he wants this with you. He's really scared though, because he feels like this might be too much too fast. But the angels are going to help him share what is required. And every union is different in terms of what will be shared, but you'll receive the support that you need for that conversation. It's clear. The counterpart knows what he needs to do, what he needs to share, and what he wants to share. And he knows at a very deep level that it will bring joy and peace to many people. And I'm getting more than one person has shared with him the importance of doing this. And he knows the correct high priestess in this union and who she is. It wasn't the karmic. He thought it was for a very long time. She presented herself this way. And she invested a lot of time, money, and energy to convince him that this was her. But it's not. And he knows now he's a fool for thinking that. He feels silly. You know, he had to take a lot of time to heal that. And the masculine also didn't understand, and in many lifetimes and timelines and centuries, many didn't understand the archetype of the high priestess. We know that. And a whisker just fell off my cat. That's power. It yields magic. Okay. So you're going to really enjoy some time together outside. I'm seeing a nice blanket with some beautiful flowers, trees, water. Just know that it's imminent, okay? Where he was once concerned, your counterpart, that you were going to like yell at him, get mad at him. I'm hearing the word scowl. He's not so concerned about that anymore. And even if he is, he understands that for the most part, there's reasons for that, and he's ready and willing to face that and support you and answer the questions that are needed to clarify the things from the past. That's really good. So we're just going to send love down the timeline for those who are and who weren't willing to do this, who are turning themselves around so they are going to be able to do this. That's why Misty is here. She's guarding that portal. She is assisting some of you in making that change, which is fantastic. Hey, Misty? Mm-hmm. And for those who need some additional support, a high priestess is going to help guide you onto the right path here. Or angels, whatever is prescribed for each union, okay? Where they once were sensitive and scared to walk their path, they're not going to be scared anymore. They feel invigorated with new light and new energy, and they're going to be guided back to their counterpart, the ones that were lost, okay? So they will find their way back. You just have to trust and hold that space and energy. It'll be okay. All right, they just wanted me to pull some angel cards, so I'll pause and I'll come right back. All right, we got Believe in Miracles, which is incredible. And then your loved ones are guiding you from above. Do you see? So for some of you, it's your ancestors that are going to guide, lead the way and protect and clear out all the nasty things that would otherwise have come your way with all these portals. And there's a lot of new energy coming in, a lot of new light codes that are being downloaded for those of us who are here, who are grid workers, who are anchoring the energy. We're protected up above, like with a space. There isn't an above or below. It's just in terms of gravity. When you talk about density, it's the law of physics when you come into physical incarnation. But spiritually speaking, there isn't like space like that. So I just say above because most people understand what that means, like a heaven, It's tricky when we're trying to describe spiritual concepts. It's really hard. Okay. But there is definitely a coming together. And there's the protection there that's being bestowed to you from above, okay? Remember, your angels are always there to guide you. There's one more sticking out here. And don't listen to others. Don't listen to others as the messages are received. Sorry. Don't listen to others as the messages you are receiving are correct. And that is the message I was getting earlier with a counterpart that used to listen to specific karmics because they thought they had to, because they were operating from a place of fear and doubt and worry. Okay, they were wounded by your tremendous success, your beauty, how you transformed yourself. Okay, they're lost. This is in the past, that's why it's over here. And now they believe that in themselves. You are a true being of the universe. Your beauty radiates from within. The way that they were intimidated by you before, they've now transformed themselves in that same way. They're just realizing now that that's who they are. When you're wounded from trauma at your core, you don't see yourself the way that you truly are. It's hard for people to understand who don't have that specific type of trauma. It's usually in childhood, okay, where it originates. And then in past lives as well for some of us, which is really hard. So, not only do we have to heal in this life, we have to also travel back and heal in past lives. And for the most part, we've done that. And the way everyone does it, it's unique and different to each individual. But certainly for the people that I'm channeling for today, you've already done that work. Your partner's catching up and has caught up and is right now fighting to match you and to mirror you in the physical, because the heart space is resonating equally. So the exchange of love between the chakras is beautiful. So I'm just kind of swaying side to side here, and I'm just going to provide a clearing as well for those who are wanting to accept that. It's going to help you come into alignment and balance here. And for those who are needing some support with forgiveness, we're going to offer that now. And I'm going to just burn some Palo Santo here for us as well to close up the reading. So they are too tapped into their sacred tools that assist them in keeping themselves healthy and happy every single day. They're going to learn more and more about them, and they're open to receiving all of that guidance. So that's really, really good. Okay, Misty's receiving one as well. And anyone who's anticipating or planning right now to interfere in a way that's not proper, they won't be allowed, okay? So we're going to reset everything here. And this is also a clearing for your devices, okay? Yep. Just going to cover up the naked part there. It's YouTube. But he's ready to show you the way that he's willing to work collaboratively with you now, because he knows you'll have success. He loves your beauty. He wants to spend time with you, and they'll probably be quiet and just kind of stare and observe for a while, and that's okay. This is a thing of the past. And he fought the karmics, and he's pushing them away right now because he knows that they are the same ones that caused trouble before. You see, the Hierophant is here. The passion is strong. I don't get anything negative from this per se. The binding right now is that you're doing it secretly, and it's not healthy, because it's in the dark. But, once you're able to really connect and talk and everything like that, it'll lift this union will be lifted to the light, okay? And you're going to help guide the process. Because it's both have obsessed about this in a way that has caused the Four Swords, right? And the Two of Cups is really what's emanating here. You're so close. You're so close. Oh my goodness. And it's a good tower when you're finally going to be able to reconnect sexually, okay, with one another. But you're going to have passion in your lives because there hasn't been for a long time. You've kept yourselves chaste, okay, in order to clear. It's been hard for this masculine. Just know that this is all the stuff he's fighting off, okay, to make sure that he was cleansed and clear to come back to you in a way that was healthy and appropriate, okay? And he has overcome all that. He's done a really good job with it. All right, so on that note, I congratulate these couples for this tremendous work, and just know there's beautiful things ahead for you, and you'll be guided and protected, okay? Stay in your truth, Divine Feminine. Just be kind, okay? But you will have success in your unions. You're going to have passionate night, new beginning. You're in the sun. The children are also going to have clarity as well in regards to this relationship, that the clarity they've been needing as well, to know that you guys are okay and that you've worked out your stuff, and then you're back on track, okay? Okay. Your body parts, your clothes, your linens, everything is safeguarded now, okay? There isn't any kind of inappropriate attachments to these things anymore. Okay? You're free and clear. So congratulations, wishing you all the very best. Take care.